and we're here, friend Williamsons. Oh, it's nice and warm.
I know, it's lovely, don't it? So this is a lot of the history of the site. That's like a map of our network of tunnels. The areas in yellow are the ones we have access into. All the others we've still yet to get into and find.
You just do dig in the weekends, or can you come after work?
Wednesdays and Sundays we dig.
After work?
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Take some days off then, I
Yeah.
think.
Which was like, when we were in the really active days when we were digging out Paddington, it was really frustrating for me because obviously I work during the week.
Yeah.
So I'd hear things like, oh, we've dug on Wednesday, we found this, we found that. I was like, oh, I've got to wait till Sunday before I can find, come and have a look.
Pause the video, guys. You wouldn't read any.
Hold this. Hold Sam.
Thank you.
Hold Sam.
No. Leave the ball and put it in your pocket.
Put Sam in my pocket.
I don't think you've seen their video.
Leave the ball, put your phone in your pocket.
No.
Yeah, that's
So what I've thought.
insulate the roof. It's not, that's not the original roof.
I'm bored now.
Alright, go on.
I'll get you moving in again.
Who's that? March 2014. Is that what the house used to look like at the top?
Well, this here is what it used to look like above your head.
Wow.
So that's what Joseph Williamson actually built. And they were a mixture of residential and commercial. So businesses were using it up at street level and also using the chambers and cellars below for storage and for manufacturing goods. So when Joseph Williamson built those, obviously people were using these, but they also had access into the rest of the network of the tunnels. The last known record we've got of people actually being down here was in 1926.
I've seen that video.
Yeah,
the
so
other day on YouTube.
yeah, so that was like it was the Lancashire and Cheshire Historical Society. They came down in 1926, and this is where they were walking around with suits on and bowler hats and candles and saying that they could walk for a mile underground. This is where we named one of the tunnels the Mile Long. I'm not sure how true that mile is, but certainly they were down here for quite some time. Then after that visit in the 1930s, all this was all demolished. All the original buildings were destroyed. All the entrances were lost or forgotten. And at the far end, that 1930s apartment block, that was built in its place. Yeah, no, that came after. So that was built in the 1930s, and I think even then they must have known where the tunnels are, because where we've come in is just here.
Yeah, and they stopped.
They were careful not to build onto that. Then, sort of in the 1990s, they were derelict. That was taken in the late 90s, when it was derelict. That was then demolished to make way for the student accommodation. And this is where we get involved in the story. So we have volunteers coming here every day, keeping an eye on the development work. And they learn to...
Is this where you get it? Is that the whole?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is the Mile Long. So when we were above ground, we were pointed to where the bench was. The bench is roughly where the wall is there above ground. So when I first came here, this was completely filled in. You couldn't even walk in, it was shuttered off there at the bottom. So this is like one of the first ones that we emptied out. The tunnel does carry on down there, but at the time we couldn't dig any further. That was our boundary because That then goes underneath the entrance into the student accommodation. We didn't want that to happen, so we didn't go any further. We have had permission to carry on since, but we just haven't got around to it yet. So eventually that wall will come down and we'll carry on going down
Is
to the
that
bottom.
something you've put there, or is it?
Yeah, that's what we put in place. Yeah, that's like a temporary wall. One thing we did find, do you want me to light on that or? Okay.
That's having a massive fortune. He retired and then he started.
So that's an original coal hole. So that would be a way of dropping coal and stuff down into the house. We did the reverse. So we'd have buckets piled up here with sport and we'd be hauling them up. So many days I've been there. If you look here as well, you can see a bit of an arch. Again, this brickwork here is a temporary brick repair job we've done. We've opened this out over the past sort of 2 years. So if you take a look in there, you can actually climb in if you want. If you take a look in there, you'll see some scaffolding. That's holding a load of spoil back, and that's a passageway that goes underneath the car park.
Can I have a look?
Yeah, climb in. People want to go in as well?
Please.
Quite a lot of spoil there, isn't there?
Yeah, so that goes underneath the car park, and obviously we can't really do any more because it's quite close to the surface and we're worried about cars falling. Now that there is something which is, so far for us, is quite unique. It's a tunnel actually cut into the rock. Most of what we've discovered so far has been so close to the surface, it's been like cut and cover, but that's actually been cut through to into the rock. That is a passageway that goes, that's that, with that brick wall in at the end.
A carve. It's all done by hand as well, isn't it? Chiselled out. Wow.
Come on.
All right.
Come on. Back down.
But no, there's all this all down there. Close to the sides.
Level one.
Yeah, so this is kind of level one. Level one's largely been destroyed. It was basically the cellars directly below the properties. That's all that remains. If you go down that passageway, you go to the far end, there's a little hole, there's a hole in the wall on the right, and there's a room in there, or there's a couple of rooms in there. I mean, if you want to, you can go down if you want. Yeah. Sorry? Level 2's down there, yeah. If you want to, you can go up there if you want. Yeah.
Because you always get your bum on the camera.
I can't see you.
Where's your camera?
Dad, I can't see. Open your eyes. I have opened my eyes. Open through. I dare you. Feel the lights. Dad, I can't see it. Let me go up.
Okay.
Move up the ladder. In the way.
Shall I touch this way down up on the ceiling?
Come on. No, could you?
I wanted to sleep. I wanted to sleep down here. It was
So nice, and all the guests are going, can we probably stay here because it's just a less space. Whereas now it's not nice and warm, let's take out the cold.
Any little arches, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow, look how many arches there are. Head boys, really small. Wow. Look at these stuff they found.
Children's art bed for the young, years later. And then he married his cousin.
You sure all this stuff in a lot?
When he passed,
this is just like a small selection of what we found.
We have a close in for hold as well. Anyone who has customers like that to go to the tattoo and you have to go to the
They real?
No. we had a amateur dramatics group come here, oh God, many years ago, and they filmed a story called The Cask of Montalado, which is an Edgar Allan Poe story. And the story goes that these two friends, they fall out and they become bitter rivals. And one of them decides to get his revenge on the other. So what he does, he invites him round to his house, to his wine cellar, takes him down, gets him drunk on all this wine. And while he's drunk, he bricks him up and leaves him to die. Lovely story.
Wow.
So when they filmed this, they put the skulls in and they put all like cobwebs up and everything and made it look like really spooky. That was like in the very early days. It's on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's not very good. But
is it?
it's good to
Good
see
story.
how things were before we actually really started properly digging.
Wow.
The whole
Big hole.
That's level 3 down there. Not too bright. So
Danny, use your light.
I'll dim the light.
Big long way.
So yeah, that's level 3 down there.
Can't get down.
We will be going down there. There's also level 4.
Wow.
So yeah, that hole's put in. We think by the people who are filling these in. There's an easy way of chucking
There's another hole.
level down there. Yeah,
That's why,
another hole.
hence why as a whole more crap
Yeah.
just falls down.
But we did, again, we used to have a pulley here, so there's a hole that goes off from down there, and then carrying through to the mouth, and then up to the skip.
Yeah.
So that's like a worn path for me going from here to there, up to the Malon and back.
Got a few footsteps then.
Yeah,
Hey, this found down here?
yeah.
Oh my God.
Literally, apart from 1 or 2 items, everything we see down here, we found down here. And this is only a small selection. We found so many things, it's unbelievable. There's a shipping container on the house site and it is just crammed full of finds. This was an absolute treasure trove.
Wow.
Yeah, that echoes down there if you stand on it. No one makes a big bang. There you go.
It's at the corner.
Now that lamp is one of the few things which isn't original.
Glasgow.
And we call this one the Tunnel to Nowhere. See this arch here? We call this Bishop's Mitre. You've probably seen them at the other site as well. It normally indicates like a passageway.
Right.
So when you came up the stairs, there's one there. There's one going through to the next door there.
So
This?
this must have been somewhere else.
Well,
But they break it off.
well no, because that's just bedrock. That's just solid rock. So,
They couldn't get through.
well, either they couldn't get through or someone told them they can't dig that way. We really honestly don't know, so your theory could be correct. Or maybe a few feet through that rock there is actually another tunnel on the other side and we just don't know about it. But yeah, we've always wondered why they put this in place
Dig through it.
and it doesn't go through.
Bizarre, isn't it?
You dig through it and see.
Well, when you're old enough, they'll
Yeah.
let you.
You love it.
To be honest, we'd all love it as well. Any opportunity to dig, we're there. The hooks that are on the ceiling. So there used to be a bakery on site called Once Bakery, and we think the hooks were used for hanging meat. So
Pig.
for like pies and sausage, sausage
Oh,
rolls.
nice.
Because like the temperatures like stays the same all year round. It's ideal.
Stick a sheep on it.
Yeah, sheep, pigs, cows.
Yeah.
This for you, a goof.
More staircase.
Them stairs there, the stairs down and upstairs.
Now she comes through here. You can just see some brickwork there. Just there.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we found our way back in. So that's that hole that
Oh,
appeared.
there's the picture here.
Yeah. So that's where that hole appeared, and this is where we found our way back in. And this was all largely filled in. Where's that there's a photograph somewhere.
Disappeared. Why is there a hole too? That big hole.
Drainage.
What's that? What's the drainage?
There's tunnels.
Down. And it's not me. I believe it is 8A.
They're normally back in there, aren't they?
Yeah.
This is where they originally come in the
No
tunnel.
glasses, glasses.
Sorry about the gimbal flickering.
So, if you look there, that's how I remember it. This picture here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
Wow.
And I remember coming from my first tour, like literally standing here and going, oh, what's in there?
Wow, just crawling through.
This was all filled in.
About chest height.
Yeah, well, that was pretty much up to here, probably. Yeah, because at the far end, that goes down to level 4. I'll take you down there, right?
Wow, look at this.
Okay, give all that back.
So that, if you can make that out,
Williamson.
it's William Boot,
Oh, William Booth.
Paddington, Liverpool. So William Boot, all the bottles over there, well, William Boot owned a grocery store on this site, and we think all the bottles came from that. But this is his own bottle which he's made for here.
Wow. They must have distilled his own beer, mustn't they?
How that
I
survived.
know, just looking at
And
that.
it's in, if I flick
It's just
that,
unreal.
it's in perfect condition, there's no cracks on it or anything.
Wow.
Sounds like a dog, sounds like okay. All dying.
Wow. Dolls heads.
Yeah.
Very freaky there, aren't they?
When you're digging and suddenly that face appears at you in the dark, it's not pleasant.
There seems loads of they're bone pipes.
Yeah,
So we're
they're
thinking-
clay.
Oh, clay.
They're clay, but those are, we found so many of these small pipes.
He was a big smoker, wasn't he? And sort of,
Well, they were so common because what you do, you'd actually buy them pre-filled. You'd smoke it once, just
like
throw
the
it
electric
away.
vapes these
Yeah.
days. Wow.
You'd smoke it once and literally just throw it away. That's how they used to do it back in the day.
I make loads of money that way, I suppose.
Yeah. Unlike this one, which is a huge pipe. But if you look at that, if you look at that, actually probably better with your wife. They're playing football there. There's a football.
Oh, yeah.
And then rugby on that side.
Oh.
But then if you look at the base, there's a boot. Kicking the ball.
Wow.
Playing
Crazy.
football.
Playing football. I'm playing rugby.
Why does it look like there's a toilet in there? You said it first.
It's not a toilet, it's a big, very big hole.
Nice as well.
Yeah. But all like the solution, like the dolls' houses and everything can, but yeah, all these jars, like cold cream and anchovy paste and what have you.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Do you know this, what this fella does?
No.
This serves a purpose.
Okay.
So imagine you're smoking a cigarette and you want to put your cigarette down. So you put the burning end into his mouth.
Ah.
If you look at his ears,
How it comes out of ears?
there's a hole. So you put a cigarette in there and smoke comes out of his ears.
Wow. Oh, again, another one. Whole plate as well.
Yeah. We did actually find as well, yeah, we found pretty much a whole complete dining services, stacks of plates and everything, which had been carefully placed, but then surrounding them was like broken bricks and bottles, which people had just obviously just chucked.
Hook.
So there was a whole mix of stuff.
Right, your
Yeah,
hooks.
more hooks.
That's to hang you off in a minute if you're naughty.
Nah, thank you.
So this wall is being done at a later date. So when people, after Williamson's death, people started bricking the tunnels up and filling them in. So somebody's bricked this up, we think, to separate the cellar from the rest of the network. That's what that is.
Right.
If you want to climb through there, you can do. That hole down there goes down to level 4, if you want to take a look.
I get a big way.
A long way down.
That pass your phone. Pass.
That's about 40 feet to the bottom. 12 metres.
Pass your phone too.
Oh.
Show that side. Staircase.
So that originally would go to
Sherry White, yeah.
and well, originally there would have been level 1 above you, no level 2 now. So originally there would have been a cellar above you there, and then that would have then gone up to the roadway.
Fancy brickwork as well, isn't it?
And you see what they've done there, where the stone is. So they've actually shaped the brick so it just blends into the stone.
You need a lock on this.
Well, if we put a lock in it, we wouldn't be able to lift it up and throw people down.
Okay.
Any ideas what the blue bottle's for?
Star. Perfume?
No.
Star. No.
It's a fire extinguisher.
Oh, you have to throw it?
Says on the back, you can just see it. Fire extinguisher.
Wow. So you throw it?
Yeah, so these used to contain salt water.
Like a bomb.
Yeah, well, actually, it was actually called a fire grenade. So
Well, they made that, didn't they? The fire brigade have made
Yeah.
some new ones now.
it was in the early days of the fire brigade, and it was a good way of them for making some money. So as I say, they used to contain salt water. And if you had a fire in your house, you'd pick one of these up
It's launcher.
and throw it onto the fire. But you know,
Not
there's
much,
not
you have
much
to-
water in there,
Yeah, that'd be
so
good
it
for
really wouldn't have put the fire out. And what you'd end up doing is not only have a fire, but you've got broken glass
glass.
all over the place as well.
Glass all over the place. Some fire. Then it burns the whole house down.
People.
That was a ghost photo we did. We do paranormal nights down here.
Oh, I'd definitely get in touch with one of them.
They claim there's all kinds of things down here.
Okay. Knocking over that plate. Plates.
Ryan, what are these, Ryan?
Iron.
I'll just come from there. Fire exit down there. Down to level 4. Yeah.
What do you mean? What is it put there, mate?
Well, at the far end, there's a room, at the right. Alright. Have you got big up there? You got the big up? You got the big up there? You do. It's only one. There's one ladder and you can just climb up a little bit and have a look in there.
I can go up it.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to get off. That's why I won't go on it.
Oh, I'll just leave you there then.
Go on there.
Right, do you want to go down to level 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. You're a great tour guide.
Wow, size of this. Didn't expect that.
So, when I first came down here, see that orange tag?
Yeah.
There's one there. There's one over there, up near the roof.
And that's
see up there.
where it's crawled through.
That's where the spoil was when we first came in. And when I came from the very first tour, the spoil was like way about to there. So you couldn't stand up straight. My hard hat was scraping along the ceiling.
Just about get the buckets
And
in,
as
I
I say,
suppose.
all of that was completely filled in where the spore line was. And most of this was all filled in, and it wasn't just a little narrow passageway we had. And we didn't know how far this was going to go, how deep it was going to go. We had absolutely no idea.
Take it these of some of the, can't call them bricks, rocks.
Well, these were found. These were a bit of a curiosity for us, because when we found them, we didn't find them there. We found them at different levels within the spoil, at different spots. So,
Like there was a place to block it off. Maybe.
well, the thing is, at the time we were filling this in, this had all been built. So the only way in was that staircase. So if you're thinking of filling this in with all that coke ash, then they're getting one of these, put that on top of coke ash, and then more coke ash, and then getting another block and put them all at different levels. Yeah, you're thinking, how did they carry that stone down the stairs? Because you can't look at that. I'm really...
Yeah,
you try and move
that's huge, that.
You try and move that. You can't move it.
That's mad. That way two of you.
So the other theory is that the stones were already down here, but then they were lifting them up. Within again,
Bizarre, isn't it?
yeah, we never really come up with an answer to that one. Yeah, but it'd be really hard work and very dangerous to do. It'd be easy to break it up into small chunks and then throw it down. That's what I would do.
So was there more stairs coming down here? Was that just a drop?
Literally, when we dug below the sort of staircase there, we expected the staircase to carry on.
Yes, it's the
But it was
stone.
just that sheer drop. And there was no like markings on the floor to indicate that, you know, there was like they built like a little staircase or anything.
Bizarre.
Fake stairs. Fake stairs.
Floor's pretty cool, doesn't it? So that's where we're looking down from
So we were
before.
looking down from level 2.
That's the one you were jumping on there, Ryan, that makes noise.
Yeah.
Big, isn't it?
So when we first started digging this out, we had like a 10-foot rod that we were pushing into the spoil, and we couldn't find the floor. We didn't know how deep it was. And obviously, looking through to level 4, obviously level 4 went a lot deeper.
Didn't expect it to be this deep, this vast.
Well, level 4, I mean, as I say, we were digging out that for certainly the last 3 years of digging this site out. And we, for most of that time, we didn't know how deep it was going to get.
There's obviously no maps, plans, or written, anything. Oh,
Jump over. Need another gate on it.
oh my god.
Dad. People.
Gimbal's gone funny, is that weird?
What normally does that?
We taking stone out of here. So imagine this being a quarry. And the way they used to quarry back in the old days, rather than do like a very big hole in the ground, like a whole field,
Cut it like a trench.
they do little slips. They stopped at level 3 because the quality of the rock deteriorated. But in this section here, they carried on because the rock was still quite decent.
So what's that measure from roof to floor?
From roof to floor, it's 40 feet, 12 metres. And from floor to ground level, it's 60 feet, 18 metres. That's in case of emergencies. So if you have to get out, you blast that and everyone gets on. We've also got an emergency whistle as well. If you do 3 blasts on that, we have to let it out. I've never used it.
Is that when the ghoulies are coming?
If you look up there, you can see the water side up behind a brick.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
So we think in there may be a way of getting stone out when this was still a quarry. And then once it finished, they then completed the arch. Still doesn't explain that stone jump. Right down to level 4.
You're singing, Dan.
Huh?
You're singing.
No?
Flooded. Echo. Echo. It's just not justice on the camera. Wow.
So you can see there, the various stage when they're digging level 4 out. So back in November 2013, we were way up there.
About halfway.
Yeah.
Ish. About halfway about where the wet is, just under the wet.
Yeah, I can remember like 2013 being up there and digging and not knowing how far we had to go. Well, I'll take you up onto the floor, but before you do go onto the floor, it is extremely uneven and quite dangerous, so no running around or jumping. That goes to you.
Just be careful.
So you have to be very, very careful. Sorry? That's water, that's just staying in the rock.
Wow. Okay. It definitely doesn't go any more.
No, this is as low as it gets.
Wow.
And that's the pump which pumps water out. If we don't pump water out, this will completely flood.
Yeah. To the top.
Yes, it will do with that. The water's actually seeping through the rock.
Yeah.
We've had it tested as well, and it's perfectly safe to drink.
Here you go, boys. What do you think?
Well, I wouldn't drink it now because we kicked it over there, so that's not really filthy dirty, but normally it's pretty safe to drink. If anyone wants to go to the far end, you can do. But again, just be very, very careful.
Right, lights off, see you in a bit, bye.
I was going to say, if you also said, in fact, why you're there, it's only a touch the water.
It was the rock move.
But are you all there? I'm going to go up there and take a photograph of you on down here.
Oh, brill, thank you, sorry. It's really hard to get the size and the length. All right, on the chimes. It's lovely that, mate. It's quite calming, isn't it? Go on, Dan, give it a go. Joseph William, if you're in the tunnel with us, can you make the wind chime charm, please? One little ding, please.
Tell you what though, it is, we can sing swing. You look at it, it's got a bit of a swing on it. I know we've been knocking it, but you think by now it would have stopped.
If you, please, just one swing, one ding, one dong, just before we go. I really love your tunnels, amazing. Come on, ding it. Pretty good to go.
Yeah.
It's swinging now, isn't it?
It's swinging.
He's trying.
I don't know if it's just me imagining it, but it seems to sort of slow a bit and then suddenly get like a little burst on.
If that's you swinging the chime, can you do it a little bit harder for us, please?
No.
Come on, Mr. Williams, make a ding.
Minor.
Make a dong.
Minor.
Maybe it's just not the right time of day. What time are you here when I've done it? Oh.
No, I think it's probably on about the 12:30 tour, so it's probably having a rest now.
It's having a sleep. Thank you for letting us visit. Absolutely amazing. Don't want to throw. Can we make a dong before we go?
Just one.
Please.
If that goes now, I'm legging it.
Like that.
Do you want to turn the lights on?
Yeah.
Switches there, yeah, we do.
Switch off.
Okay, the lights are out. We're not going to hurt you. We're here to visit and say hello. Please, make a dong. Just once.
Do anything. Say nothing.
Make any noise.
Yeah. Shh.
Yes,
You did?
I heard that. Wasn't any of you, wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
I heard like a shh. It was like someone was like a...
I've got really cold.
Actually, it wasn't that, because if you did it on here, that makes that noise. That was like a...
That's like shh. Be quiet.
Or, for me, it was like a shush or
Someone moving.
someone rubbing their foot against the stone. You know, like a... It's like I'm there, like a...
Someone go standing there.
It was like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like that. But you can't do that on there. It's raw stuff on it. It doesn't sound the same.
Before we go, we are going. Please make one more noise just to make yourself known. See that light flicker then? That,
Oh, that one?
yeah. Was that you making the light flicker?
Flicker.
See it? You did see that then?
I think I must have blinked at the same time.
Are they meant to do that?
There and there, you can see like so. I wouldn't have thought so.
Like pulsed? Can you pulse the light again?
Doesn't square. Make the tongue go off.
Make yourself known.
I think it must do that intermittently, I think. Yeah. I think.
Ah, of course.
I must admit, I've never seen it do that before today, but...
Make the trauma go off.
Come back, aren't we? Or his birthday. Special occasion. You know he'd be here.
Do something. Do anything.
When we first got permission to dig, all this was concreted over. That was all filled in with demolition debris. We didn't even know any of this was down here.
Oh, that's why there's so many tunnels.
Yeah. So when we got permission to dig, we actually dug our way down the staircase, and then all that
And
opened
the
up.
other staircase.
Wow, was it under concrete or soil?
Concrete.
Like,
Because literally what the garage had done, they demolished the house into there, concreted it over so they could park cars and trucks and all that on top, which is what we used to do until we started digging.
wow.
We didn't know the kitchen was down here.
Kitchen.
Wow.
Did you cook in on the kitchen?
Yeah.
Cooking on the kitchen. Going downstairs again, down. I'm not cooking. Mummy.
Wow, more?
Yeah, it's done. I'll be so tired, please.
And
Didn't expect more.
What is that, Lisa?
that is what we call the banqueting hall.
It's a wall. It's a wall. It's a wall. It's a floor.
So we think this must have been used by the servants back in the day. When we found it, we found two great big boilers in here dated from the garage. We took them out because they went originally to the site and also they were a bit of a health hazard. So we do call this the boiler room, but what it was used for back in Joseph Williamson's day, we really got no idea. There was a fireplace there, but apart from that,
It makes sense for servants,
Yeah.
doesn't it, to not be in the house. And
2-story. Why does it look like 245?
because they demolished the top story back in the 1930s. So this picture here, this shows Mason Street as it was. So that arch that you see there, you can just see it there. So there, that's a 3-story house.
Oh, that's why you didn't put that down.
you'd love to go in there, wouldn't you?
So yeah, that was, so basically they demolished the
when you
house,
got here.
they left that, they then built that there and put that gable roof on, wall on, and then built all that behind, and that was the interior of the garage. So they completely destroyed this house.
That's what was in here.
That was in here, yeah. And that's how the site when we first found it, first came on site. So you see, that was all concreted over, and we had no idea that was there.
Then it done that.
That, so where that is, that cone there was a hatch. And the way down into the banqueting hall, back in the early days, was down a 20-foot ladder. And you had to put a safety harness on. And, well, since we uncovered the kitchen, we don't find the proper way back in, so we don't think
Well,
about
like
it.
this down. Like here. Sounds like that.
Lay down here as well.
Yeah.
Well, keep that. That's a hole. That's the floor. Look at the big hole. You need to hit me.
Railway pipes.
And that originally would have gone up to the pavement in the street. So that would have been the way they dropped coal down and stuff.
And then the servants took it up to the house.
Yeah.
Oh, not that big. So why is there blackness right in that side of the door? There you go. Yeah.
Was there not? That's the staircase that you came down. So this is basically only the stairs covered.
Is that another hatch?
Not sure what that has been. It's probably been something which is either being a hatchway or it's something which the garage would punch it through and then possibly to fill this up with, I don't know. I really don't know what it is. The problem is with the garage, they did so much damage to this site over the years that you can't tell what or why or what date it came in.
Oh.
Right, go through that way, downstairs there.
Funny looking brick, isn't it?
So this is what we call the wine bins.
That's for you. Like we can't use stuff. Up here.
So the wine racks aren't original. That film that they did, the cast, you know, I was telling you back at the Paddington, they filmed here as well. We put these wine racks in. We think this may have been his wine cellar.
Yeah, with the squares and everything.
The reason, well, yeah, I mean, well, actually, these blocks here, you can see, they're really neat and tidy, really lovely dressed. They are purely for decoration. They go back quite far, so it's a big piece of stone. They don't support the roof at all. They're there purely for decoration. So this is something which he's been in.
Like cooler.
Yeah.
Like,
So we think this may have been like his wine cellar, we think. Why else would you have something like that? You know, in St. George. Why would you have something like that just down here? You know, especially for servants, you wouldn't bother.
no, it's bizarre. Isn't it? It's like you ding a bell for the servants to
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
the
What's up the hole? What's in
And
there?
where you are there, again you've got the Bishop's Mitre, the archway there. So that used to be a passageway.
Someone walked through it.
It goes through the side of the site.
Oh, I'll go through that.
But at some point they bricked it up and put that lining inside, so this would be used for water storage.
Smell diesel as well.
Yeah.
A little bit. What is that?
So there's a tap there as well. Well, a pipe there.
Oh yeah, lead.
So we don't.
Wait,
Oh, sorry.
why is there a chimney in there?
It's a pipe. It's like a drain pipe.
Where does it lead? No.
What's that?
I don't know where it goes, not right. Well, that.
There's a hole in it.
Now that I thought it was like a buoy, you know, to support a fishing net. But I've since I saw a bit 2 weeks ago. I've kind of changed my mind on it. So that way, on the empty plot of land that way, used to be an army barracks.
Right.
So this rolls of barbed wire here, they come from the army barracks.
Is that barbed wire?
Yeah, but it's all the dirt is encrusted into it. So somebody I told the other week said, why do you think it's a fishing buoy? He said, well, you know, because of the river and all this. He said, it might be used for semaphore. So, and I remember seeing programs years and years ago about army, and you can see like these like tall, really tall masts.
Yeah.
And they used to haul things like that shape to send various signals.
Oh, right. Like that, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, of course, yeah. It might have been used for that. There might have been one on that site next
Or
door.
an antenna weight or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's probably more to do with semaphore or something like that for the army to signal.
Wow. Binoculars.
Where are you going?
Yeah, so we found these on site. In fact, all this stuff we actually found in there in one weekend.
It's crazy.
These date from the 1960s, and they're Avon aftershave bottles.
Wow.
And this one is still full.
Salmon's gone.
No way.
So what's in there?
Have a smell.
Shave.
Smell it?
Aftershave.
Smells like.
Normal aftershave.
It's like Old Spice type, isn't it?
Smells like normal aftershave.
So we think the hounds across the road are throwing stuff down here as well.
Like salmon
Just have one of them, grinder. Mincer. I don't know what that is. Is that a plug on the end?
Yeah.
No way.
Actually, no, I think that was where...
Or steam come out.
I think, isn't that the ones where they used to put like hot embers in?
Oh, might
To
have
heat
been.
up, yeah.
We're going to put time in there before I leave the thing.
Never see anything like that. Garage tools. It's come from there. Wine cellars. Right.
Yeah, that's the hole that goes through the concrete roof into... You can probably just see our office in the blue shipping container. Yeah.
And no one drives over this.
No.
For that reason.
Yeah, that's why we haven't dug that out, because that's where we have to get our cars in.
There's a staircase here.
Wow.
Yeah, so that staircase, we think that was obviously part of the house, and there were two theories on the staircase. One, it came out of some patio windows and into like a garden area.
Still goes up. Has one there.
Then at some point they've extended the house and it's ended up being inside the house. The other theory is that maybe there was an entrance over that way, where Joseph Williamson would come in, then warm himself by the fire there, and then walk up into the house proper. But I mean, this was a wide staircase, so
Yeah,
this is
very-
used by the owners, it's not used by the servants.
nice staircase with
Yeah.
shaped, and it's not like
Why has it got so many dents in?
Just over the years, because, well, I mean, this roof isn't really a roof, it's a concrete floor. And what happened was, when they demolished the house, they put all the demolition debris in here, which is obviously damaged the staircase. They then put the concrete over, and then parked the cars on top.
That why it isn't in there.
Yeah, so what we've done, we've taken this out, but we've had to support all that concrete.
Yeah.
take it that's what was there.
No, that's an example of what we think was
Wow.
what we think was there.
What's this?
If it had been there, we would never have taken that out.
Yeah.
Is this the gate?
That was what we found down here. Some railings.
The covings off the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I'd love to see what the interior of the house was like.
Why didn't they leave
Might
it
be
up?
very Victorian and
They just
Nice.
they didn't care in those days. And if you look at the walls as well, you've got the original plaster. And you see they've marked it so it looks like blocks. That's the original plaster work.
I didn't see one of it that looked like brick.
Yeah. Don't ask me why.
It's different.
Maybe it was just the style back in those days.
Caution. What's in that hole? Nothing.
Again, you can see more of the plaster work as well.
yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Why is the plastic work in there?
Well, it's obviously still part of the house,
Looks scary now.
but we can't dig that way because currently that's our way in and out, so we can't, unfortunately we can't explore through there.
When are you gonna?
Well, if we get the long-term lease, which gives us the other two sites, we can then park our cars on there and then we can open all that up and find out what's going on.
Yeah, it's with that one too.
No, we didn't order anything.
I thought you were down below.
No?
Just as well I hadn't come down to lock the gate, or you would have been stuck in here
That's okay.
till Wednesday.
Oh.
Dig a hole in
Just
there
come to
then.
put some bulbs in.
Oh,
The
okay.
spring's coming.
Dig a hole out.
Are they daffodils or?
Dig a hole
Daffodils and
out.
tulips.
Alright.
You like the snowdrops?
So again, if you look at the roof here, you've got two bishop's mitres meeting at a point.
So what's that like? Nothing.
Nothing? No.
Brick.
That's brick. There might be something on the other side of that, we just don't know.
Sam won't know. Sam.
Yeah.
You think she won't know who he is? It's him. Guess who he is? Guess who it is?
Dan.
It's Don. Don. Don Bluey.
I couldn't see because you're smoothing your phone. It's like such crappy quality.
Yeah, 'cause we're in
I
a
always love a blue car.
So the kitchens. And there you can see like how big his house really was, wasn't it? And you think there was another story on top of that as well.
So it's four stories.
Yeah.
So I was a top there. That way they put the roof. On the roof.
Yeah, so when they built the garage, they knocked that top story off and they put that roof, they put all that steel work in and put the roof on.
Do you think the servants used this for him?
This would be like a main hive of activity for the house. So, you can probably imagine like a great big table here preparing food. The kitchen sink was there. That was actually in the original spot, although they have been collapsed. The fireplaces, that would have been a normal fireplace.
Wow.
Why is there another cave over that way?
I'll tell you when we get through there. That would have been for boiling water. So you can just see, make out like a sort of round shape. So you would have had like probably a great big kettle drum or something
What's
there
this
to boil
one here?
water all day long. And those two were obviously for cooking.
Found this bird again. I've lost it.
Some thought into it, isn't it?
I was like, we didn't know any of this was here.
Dad.
And it was only
Internet.
because we wanted to get a proper way into
I need
the
internet.
blanketing hall.
No.
that we actually discovered all of this. Literally followed our way down the stairs, digging through the spoil and digging a little passageway. Then we decided, right, we need to clear all this out. And that's when they appeared.
In the house as well, built, isn't it? With a huge sandstone blocks.
But if you look at the skirting as well, that's wood. It's stone. It's carved out of stone.
Don't see that these days.
No. And if you think that's impressive, you then look at the bay window. And again, you've got one piece of stone skirting board, curved. So to carve that out, you probably need a block about that thick. So then carve that skirt. And that's just a skirting board in the kitchen, which the servants are going to use. It's not even part of the main house.
Oh, this house must be amazing.
So what does house actually look like back in the day? I'd love to have seen it.
No pictures or anything, or
Nothing, absolutely nothing, nothing.
drawings.
And by the 1930s, they didn't care, which is why they demolished the thing. Now, before we go through there, that's a bay window that would have looked out onto like a yard. So that was probably would have where you hung out your washing, beating your carpets.
Like a utility room.
Yeah. Wow. But after Joseph Williamson's time, the army barracks, which was over here, they then extended across here as well. They were invading this land and doing their own building work. And if you go through there, you'll see what they built. Yeah, there was another staircase there, but again, it's all been destroyed over time through subsequent building and rebuilding.
That's the new toilet.
Oh wow, look at that.
So that's what the army built.
Toilet.
Yeah, urinals,
Slate.
slate,
Plate line.
and Dalton and Company before they became Royal Dalton.
Amazing.
And they're for officers only.
Where does it go?
It used to drain off, I think, down by, but I'm not sure where it went.
No, it just goes. So where? Sits on there.
But yeah, they're for officers only because they get the privacy.
And then you get to shoot people through the hole.
Brilliant, isn't it?
There's holes in them. What for?
Is this all buried as well?
Yeah, this was all buried. As we dug this out, all of a sudden the top of them started to appear.
Wow.
And we're like, what the hell's going on here? What have we found? And then eventually we unearthed it all, and then we did the joke photo of getting all the volunteers.
Yeah. Have to do that. Can't do it halfway. Halfway? Not a real way, just
No, just pose.
come on. Get with it.
Hey, you.
So what are you doing where today? Look at him.
I hope you got that.
Yeah. So this is the armies and take it this
Yeah,
side.
it's part of the armies as well. They've encroached onto the house site and
So what was
built all
that
this
for?
up.
Who made that part?
This is back to Joseph Williamson again.
What was it?
Boxing. Spend hours here, couldn't you?
Hang on. I do. So we go down there.
Does it extend down there?
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
Coming downstairs. So is this what you're digging out?
Can't dig there because it goes underneath next door and the passageway there is collapsed. So if you carry on digging that, will just keep pouring through. So we have to leave it for the time being, unfortunately.
You need to dig when it's all stable. Not done. Why is there a duck there?
So you duck.
Quack, quack, duck, duck.
Don't eat them.
So yeah, this is the sandstone arch, and you can see the quality of the stonework.
Down.
Yeah.
With each of those stones, there's no straight edge on it. They put a little slight curve on it, so it makes sure that makes it a perfect curve.
And the sandstone as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you'll do that there as well.
Mosaic, isn't it?
Yeah. And the joins, I mean, it's so thin, the joins. There's probably barely any mortar in there at all.
Just placed.
Yeah. That is the cave of screens.
Was that the Northern Monkeys?
That's where the Northern Monkeys went down. And I went down there back end of last year.
What's down there?
It's a very nice, narrow type passageway.
Where does it go, love?
It goes 32 metres that way, and it comes out at the bottom of a hill.
Why is it so tight?
I don't know,
Go get through.
What are they playing at?
but I went down there back end of last year, and at this point you can crawl on your hands and knees. It's fine. You get halfway along, it narrows, and you have to go on your side. So you have to try and crawl on your side. It is horrible. And how the Northern Monkeys stuck around, I really don't know.
Not mad, are they?
Because I mean, for me, it was bad enough just crawling on my side. That was like hard enough, but to actually take tools down and a bucket and dig.
Just take.
Cold. So it's a tunnel.
In fact, with your torch, I can actually see the mist coming through
Yeah.
with your torch.
Quite damp.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
How far?
Thank you.
You don't know.
Yep.
The internet.
How deep does it go?
Deep. You may find that one day.
So, we now go down the banqueting hall. Now, when you're coming down, we're going through the gash first, which starts off quite narrow and it does widen out.
Big gash.
So you may need to watch your head as you first go.
Okay.
Put yourself on camera.
Don't.
Danny doesn't.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
What's up there?
Can you fit through?
Wow. The gash. Oh, it just keeps going, keeps surprising me all the time. It's just absolutely
It goes down.
amazing. Wow, look at that. It does actually look like a gash, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's actually a natural fissure in the rock. And what you've done, you've just dressed the sides to make it neat and that's the way.
That lines up with that other small tunnel, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Same sort of width.
It goes down.
You will be going down there.
Again, they wouldn't be here, would they? You have to do a big leap, wouldn't you? Do you have to leap up there, would you?
Well, when we first came in here, this was filled in with spoil up to probably about the height of my head. So we didn't even know that trench was there.
Wow.
So you came down, in fact the staircase wasn't there, you came down over rubble and debris sort of sliding down. That goes to the Gothic, we've got a Gothic arch, and that leads to a little narrow passageway. It doesn't really go anywhere, which is leads to a little narrow passageway, and then there's a hatch. There's nothing really to see. It is literally just a little straight little narrow passageway. So yeah, that was just like a slope, spoiled, before we put the staircase in. And obviously the spoil wasn't so like where the hard hat is.
Oh, with the lines, obviously.
No, I'll explain what that line is. That line indicates where the roof is of the tunnel next door.
Oh,
Before that tunnel goes all the way over this one.
oh my God.
So what's down that way?
I'll take you down there shortly.
Wow.
So this, as I say, the spoil was in the head, but at the back there, the spoil went all the way up to the roof. So in the old days, you could climb up to the top there and then back down. But when we got permission to dig on this site, we wanted to take that spoil away because we thought there may have been a proper entrance into here, other than where you just came in.
Where's that?
That's up in the boiler room.
Where
Where
before?
you look down.
So why is that one?
So years ago, this was called, well, we call this Bankston Hall, and years ago there was a story that Joseph Williamson invited a stranger round for a meal, and he took him into the dining room, and there was like pork, some meat, very food, and the bottom of the table discussed. So he said, right, now that I know who my friends are, can you follow me? And he brought them down here and said, I'm going for a cake.
Wow. I think
So we're thinking of the story and thinking, well, all these people back in Victorian times with the big dresses and all that, how did they get down here? Because go down there would be
Yeah.
pretty dirty.
Yeah.
So we thought behind that spoil would be a proper staircase.
Away.
So we had to get rid of it, and unfortunately,
There's
we
nothing.
just found that. Yeah. So that story is probably untrue. It's probably an urban legend rather than myth.
So they didn't go down it?
No, don't think so.
So this is nothing?
This is just another one of those things that you do.
Tricks.
Yeah.
So why is that cement?
Actually, yeah, that's a picture, so you can see the spoil that went up at the back there.
Wow.
So why is there so many bricks? Problem.
That's where they've been punching holes in the roof and throwing spoil down.
Oh, that's bizarre.
That is an artillery shell.
Wow.
So what they've done, obviously the barracks was next door, this has been a used one. And what they've done, they've made it into like a vase. Maybe you'll people can see where sort of the hammer would hit.
Wow.
The actual artillery.
Wow.
So we found that down here.
So why is it down here?
Because someone threw it away. That's what we find. Everything down here, people just use this as a dump.
Why throw it down here?
Because it was here. Because there was an army barracks next door, so that's why you got an artillery shell.
Why not
Crazy.
use it?
Been used.
It's being used.
Claws absolutely funny shape, isn't it?
Well, again, this is the remnants of the quarry. So if you look at this now, this was a quarry, and literally all he's done is roof over that quarry.
Clever.
So when we emptied this out, when we got once we destroyed the whole bit of the banqueting hall, we thought, well, we'll get down to the original rock floor to find where the floor actually is. And we thought that would be the end of the story in here. But it wasn't the end of the story because we dug down, got to the floor here, then we found that trench there. So, yeah, this trench here. So then we cleared that trench out, and then we found the rock cut tool just there. So then we cleared that out, and then we hit a brick wall. Well, the brick wall being done not from this side, it being done from the other side.
Wow.
So we then broke through that, which took us weeks to break through because it ended up not being just a brick wall. It was a brick pile, so a brick supporting column for a building that was above ground. And it was huge, it was like 5 foot thick. So it took us weeks to break through there. Then once we broke through, we suddenly faced a slope, really steep slope of spoil. And we looked up and we could see a roof. So what we had to do, we had to then shut all that off so that it would collapse. And literally what we found in there, so that red line is where the roof is.
Wow.
But the floor is a lot lower as well. So imagine this, but lower down in the ground. That's basically what that is.
It's crazy.
It goes off in that direction. It goes off in that direction. We think it's at least as long, if not longer than this. We don't know where it goes because at the moment it's underneath the army barracks site. But because of all the building work that's happened since then, we don't know what state the roof is in because it's all filled in with spoil. So what we need to do is do a dig above ground on that site.
Yeah, like a probe
To check
check.
the condition of the roof.
Yeah.
Then we know it's safe to carry on.
Is that what you've done here as well, like probe checking?
Yeah. So, but that way is the most interesting bit because there's again more brick pile supports which are blocking our way. But what happens is when it rains, the rain runs down there, it goes into there, the floor then drops quite deeply, the rain gathers at the bottom, and then it disappears. And it always disappears, and we don't know where it goes. And the fact that it just drains away means there's either something big or there's a lot more down there than what we actually know, where it's leaving off and going off here, there, and everywhere. So,
Or to the Mersey.
we really need to get through that.
We do.
Where are you going?
So, if you want to go through,
Carefully.
you just take it carefully as you go through.
Oh. Dad, get smaller.
Squeezing.
Get smaller.
Bigger, you can.
Oh, out my head.
There's not.
Wow.
There's more.
So, if you want to go, don't go up. If you want to go down that way,
Don't worry,
if you
go
want to go
down.
down.
Yeah, you don't go need to go.
Go.
So I can stop listening. What?
Wow. Wow. More?
Why is there another ladder here? So many things.
Getting warmer, isn't it?
So when we first came in, this was all filled in with spoil, and we put all this shuttering in place, and we literally dug down here to try and find out where the floor was.
Okay.
Now when we got to here, see that where those grooves are in the rock there?
Yeah.
So that's what we call a spring line for an arch. So it's where your foundation of an arch. So there was actually an arch which we reached, but it being largely destroyed. So unfortunately we had to take it away because we wanted to find out what was underneath. We photographed it all, documented it, and we carried on digging down, and then we hit the floor here.
Then, it's down more.
But then,
It's down more.
yeah,
Wow.
So break it. Falling down.
now if you look on this side, you can see some bricks there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's in the spring line of the arch. So I think this was kind of like Paddington, you know, you got different levels.
Yeah.
So I think that arch went over there, and then above that probably supported a floor. If you can look straight up where I'm showing my torch now, can you see a sandstone arch? In front of
Oh,
the
yeah,
brick
like
arch?
bricks.
So you've got the bricks, and then in front of that you've got this lovely neat sandstone arch.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm thinking, why have we done that and put that there? So maybe that was an entrance for Joseph Williamson into his house from there. Just don't know. We really don't know what's going on with that. But this here, right in front of me, you can see it's a brick column, a brick pile.
Massive, isn't it?
So we're underneath the army barracks now. So the army barracks built a substantial building above ground, and they put these in place to support it. That brick wall you see there is another, that one there, there's another brick pile,
So
which
what's
is
this here?
currently blocking our way. That there, that's where the floor level drops. Now if you just let me get through there, I'll open the gate. Now I have to hang on quite carefully now, so I don't fall down
A long way.
a long way. If you just want to come here and have a little, just be careful, have a look down there. So you can see the floor down there, you can see the water. If you come back in a week's time and it hasn't been raining, that water will have gone. We don't know where it goes. It drains away.
Why is this all?
Again, that's a concrete pile to support a later building that came in. So we've tried to dig around it, but it's been difficult.
Drilling through it.
And drill through it.
As I say, that water drains away.
Never gets any deeper.
No, it does occasionally, depending on how heavy it is, how heavy the rain is, but it will always drain away.
When did it rain today?
We've had a lot of snow and all that, so that's probably built up through as it's melted.
Is anything down there or can't get through yet?
We can't get through. We've had a 6-foot drill bit go through there and not reach the other side.
Oh my god.
It's so frustrating. So again, what we want to do is get permission to dig on that site.
Yeah,
We'll dig on the other side of that so we can see what's on the other side.
Is that why you've got that one there?
That was as we did, because again originally this was all filled in, so we have to haul buckets up from down there. So that's what that was there, to haul the buckets up.
That's absolutely crazy.
But that spring line there, that carries on as far as we can tell up the length of the tunnel. So they would have split it, I think, into 2 floors.
So what's up that way?
We don't know. Well, up there, it's just a closer look at what's up on the roof there.
What's up there?
The roof.
It's the questions.
Look at me.
So yeah, now in this section, we are actually just waiting on permissions to do digs above ground to see what state the roof's in before we can carry on.
Do you know exactly where you are upstairs?
Yeah, we pinpointed it above ground so we know
Do you
where
know
we
where
are.
that big block is? You see that up?
Yeah.
Is that a foundation, is it?
That's a foundation. Yeah, that's another brick tower.
Yeah, I like
It's
that
another
one,
one of them. We did a test. We did a dig about, I don't know how many years ago. I've actually a video. I think Tom's put a video on our YouTube channel recently. He did a talk about digging on the magnet site.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one.
And I think we unearthed some of these from above on that, because I was looking at a video the other week and I was like, I'm sure that's where the columns are. But obviously, even where that roof is, we're still quite deep underground.
Yeah, definitely.
Compared to where we were digging, we didn't even touch the roof of this at all, even though we dug down quite deep.
Did you dig down before you dig it?
Sometimes you have to. You need to know what state the roof's in before you carry on digging underground.
Yep.
The last thing you want to do is dig underground and then you have a collapse. Well, you want to head back out? Inside.
Oh, guys.
Breathe in.
No.
And breathe out.
I want to. I'm just walking. And I got inside.
There's no indication of them blocks here though, is there?
Sorry?
No indication of them blocks here.
No. Well, where we are now,
A bit further along.
we're on the other side. We're
Ah,
back
so
on our
it's-
side. No, that's over there.
Oh.
So why does that look like it needs downwards?
That used to lead to a passageway. When we did the testing on that site, the passageway had collapsed.
Is that why there's metal there?
Yeah, to stop any more sport coming through.
Quick video, say thank you. Thank you very much for the tour, Mike.
Absolute pleasure.
Cheers.
Good to see you.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, come back anytime.
I will do, thank you. And we'll try and dig. Danny and Brian, say ciao for now. Urban X to you. Peace out.